She's like Lydia Tarr conducting the Berlin Philharmonic, but with like TikTok and Spotify and Venmo.
Nia Long is missing, and only Storm Reed can find her.
Did you see Searching?
I didn't, but I'm gonna now because I really had a good time with this one, but we'll get into that.
I think Searching is a little better than Missing. And a lot of that has to do with just the novelty of it. But it's a very similar structure.
Mom, where are you guys?
So the thing with Searching, and it earned John Cho a Spirit Award nomination because he was so great in it, is that the whole thing takes place in here, in our laptop, and in a cell phone screen, and in surveillance video. And we are following along with John Cho's character as he is looking for his daughter that he can't find, as he is searching. This is the same exact idea. And it's not really a sequel exactly, so much as it is like the latest installment in a burgeoning searching cinematic universe.
Sure.
Because in the very beginning, there's like a montage of images and stuff, like news clips. And one of them is that it's a conspiracy theory about that original film.
Well, yeah, the movie opens with her watching like the Netflix true crime series fictionalization of the thing that happens in Searching, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one could argue this is a cinematic universe that launched with Unfriended, but Unfriended was also like set entirely in the liminal space of the laptop, but it was a horror movie. These are more sort of realistic kind of like, procedurals in a way.
Right, for sure. So this is directed by Nick Johnson and Will Merrick, but it comes from a story idea from the original Searching guys, Seb Ohanian and Anish Giganti. Storm Reed is an 18-year-old high school senior, and her mom, played by Nia Long, is a widow and is going off on a vacation with her new boyfriend. And they're going to Colombia. And we see all of this through like Storm Reed, her name is June. June's laptop and her FaceTime and her Venmo and her Spotify list. We see how she lives her life.
Her Ring camera.
Right. Everything that she does during how she navigates the world. All through her laptop and her cell phone and all that stuff. A week goes by and the mom and boyfriend are supposed to come back, and she goes to LAX. And this is very clever how we see this. She sets up her cell phone camera to shoot, greeting them at baggage claim. And then she's waiting and no one comes. And the thing that sets us apart from Searching in so many interesting ways is like the speed with which she figures out what she needs to do.
Yeah.
With John Cho, like we were him and he was us. Like we were like alongside him, struggling to figure it out. Like, okay, how would I get her password? And where would I look for this? She's like, she's like Lydia Tarr conducting the Berlin Philharmonic, but with like TikTok and Spotify and Venmo. And so she figured it out really fast. She's so resourceful, and that gives it like a zippiness that makes it stand apart from the original film because they are so similar structurally. This is very tense from the very beginning. You are on the edge of your seat, which is a phrase I hate, but you don't know what she's going to find next. With every click, every password that she cracks, every email that she reads, every voicemail she listens to, like we're right alongside her breathlessly figuring out. And she's so smart. She figures out to like hire a task rabbit type errand runner played by Joaquim de Almeida in Cartagena because she doesn't speak Spanish, to go like navigate the cities with the help of Google Maps. And that all makes sense too. Like the logic here makes total sense. And then in the third act, it goes like off the rails and gets nutty. This is a problem with the first one too. The first one like eventually betrayed its central conceit that like we're seeing what he sees, and eventually it introduces like omniscient video that he couldn't know about. Like it doesn't stick the landing quite. And this, I feel like, kind of falls apart at the end too, but I liked it for a long time.
The final third didn't bother me so much because by that point I'm just like, what is happening? I need to know. I'm tearing my hair out here. So I was fine to go with where they wanted me to go. What I think this movie does really skillfully, by the way, the guys who directed this one edited Searching, which, and I think the editing plays a big role in how these movies are assembled, obviously.
It moves so well, yeah.
I mean, editing is big in all movies, but I think these particularly, like the rhythm and the pacing and all that stuff is very key to how this thing goes. I love the fact that you are constantly getting hoodwinked by this movie.
Yep.
We're like, oh, this person seems suspicious. Oh, maybe they're not suspicious. Oh, maybe they are suspicious. Oh, maybe they, oh, yeah. Like there's several times, like Dave at one point leaned to me very confidently in the first. There was like, it's so-and-so. And then you find out that is it? Or, oh, no, it's not. Is it? You know, like it's nothing is that easy to sort of parse out or figure out here. Storm Reed is terrific in this. I mean, like she's just, I have to go back and see Searching, so I can't compare it to what John Cho is doing, but you get so much of this character and understanding who she is and how she feels about her mom and her, you know, past and her online life and all that stuff. Joaquin D'Almeida is really great. They have a really good screen, you know, rapport. There are like little running jokes peppered throughout that I enjoyed. If you're paying attention, I think will, like, if you watch this movie more than once, might pop up in some ways. So yeah, I was completely in with what this movie wanted to do with me, and I had a great time with it. And I going back to, I really liked Unfriended too.
So many movies about technology are cautionary tales, right?
Sure.
Like Megan is all about the perils of relying too much on technology, where this is about like the possibilities.
Technology.
This is like the possibilities, like the problem solving capabilities, like the possibility of actually connecting with other human beings online.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's sort of revolutionary in itself. Yes, she has to do here what John Cho has to do in Searching, in that like they're on screen almost the entire time in close up. And so every revelation, every click, every development, every setback, like registers on their face and there's nowhere to hide. So it's a really impressive performance in that regard, that she has to carry so much of it just with her face, just with her eyes.
Because like there's the ongoing anxiety about the person that they're trying to find, but there's also the immediate moment of like doing and searching and thinking and finding and making those moments feel like you're watching them unfold. You know, like when she gets an idea, we see how she responds to that every time. And that's, you know, it's a small thing in acting, but it registers big on the screen.
Yeah. Another thing that sets this film apart is that in the years since Searching, there's been this proliferation of like podcasts and TikTok and all these true crime people and all these conspiracy theory people. So I think the filmmakers here are trying to make a statement about the ghoulishness of glomming on to tragedy, right? For gain, for glory, for clicks, for viewers, for monetization. Once the story goes national, you know, and people were like, what happened to Grace? You know, people were like, well, I saw her here, and everyone's full of shit. And so I think that's a smart indictment of like how this can turn ugly.
Yeah, and you know, the idea of drawing conclusions of a thing that is still unfolding, you know, a case that hasn't even been solved yet, that's still working its way through, and you've already decided, you know, that this is this, and she can't be innocent, and and you know, which in a way kind of I think dovetails with Only Murders in the Building.
I was going to say they do that for laughs, and they do that in a sweet way, like a smart way. But here it feels more pointed, I think.
For sure.
So I'm saying 7.8. I liked it a lot. The ending is like one or two twists too many for me.
I said 8.5. I was super entertained from start to finish, and I'm definitely going to go back and watch Searching now.